Hey you guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of Warrior Training Systems Workout of the Day demonstration. Reminder for you guys, we have a lot of different options in terms of modification and scalability, and you can always send us an email or comment below for questions, but ultimately we are programming the class setting for general physical preparedness. You don't need to be an athlete, you don't need to be an incredible CrossFit Games aspiring person. In fact, you shouldn't be. Our group classes are truly meant for people who want to come, move their body, feel better, improve overall health, fitness, strength, general work capacity. So with that said, let's get started. Basically each day we're going to begin a warm up with 3 to 5 minutes of a monostructural movement. Monostructural means like a single pattern. So we're looking at a bike or a rower, or you could run if you're a pretty efficient or proficient runner. You could also do a couple alternatives like jumping jacks integrated with some single unders with a jump rope, or alternating box step ups at a light ginger pace. Again, we're just trying to increase body temperature and get blood flowing through our muscle groups. After that 3 to 5 minute monostructural movement, we're going to use a foam roller or a wall ball and get some foam rolling out again to kind of mash the muscles, get the blood flow increase, get the capillaries to open up, and get ourselves ready to get down with some intensity. Today, after our foam rolling, we're going to need a kettlebell or a dumbbell, or if you're at home, you could use a bottle or a can or a jug. I'm going to grab a shaker cup for demonstration just so you guys can see what it might look like if you don't have weights. Otherwise, you might be at the gym, in which case it's going to be much easier and more convenient. So we're going to work through 3 rounds of 5 side rotations in a plank position per side, 5 sumo kettlebell deadlifts or object deadlifts, and then we're going to go into 50-foot carry with our object per arm overhead. So let's go ahead and demo these movements and work along. We're going to begin with side plank rotation, so we're going to be on our elbow, bridged up into a side plank. If this is too difficult, you can keep your knee on the ground, and basically what we're going to do is open this arm, come down and through, tap the elbow, come back up. That's one rotation. So our next, or as prescribed, be here, come down, touch the elbow, nice and slow. After we complete 5 reps on this side, we'll go ahead and switch sides. Again, control moving our body through full range of motion. If you need to modify, drop the knees down. Try to keep the hips up. Next, we're going to go into a sumo deadlift. So we're going to get nice and wide, and you're going to let your toes drift out. So if this reference is 12 o'clock, we're going to go to like 11 and 1. And then we're going to take a weight. If you have a cup or a bottle, fill it up with a liquid or sand, whatever you have available. Maybe you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell or even a barbell will work. And from here, we're going to hold the weight. We're going to let our hips trail backwards, come into a squat, push through the legs to come back up. If you notice that you're really restricted on how far you can go down, you may need to close and go into more of a hybrid position. So we're here. Chest is going to stay up. Give you a profile view. On the drive up, we're squeezing our butt, we're squeezing our knees here, and we want to make sure that we're keeping our weight in line with our midfoot, so it's not drifting out in front of us, all right? We're staying nice and tight, keeping us in line with the center of the breath. Lastly, we'll do a 50-foot walk per side with whatever our weight is, so we'll go overhead. We're going to carry for 50 feet. When we're here, make sure we're not leaning or compensating too much. You want to try to keep your arm right next to your ear. Ribs are staying down. After that 50 feet, we'll switch sides. Once we've worked through that 3 times, we're going to move on to our Metcon for today, metabolic conditioning. We're going to move through 5 rounds at a sustainable pace. Sustainable pace also means that for the 5 rounds, I want every round to be the same time. So if the first round takes you 3 minutes, the next 4 rounds should also take you 3 minutes. If you notice a big swing in this, you're doing a poor job. You probably need to either slow down at the beginning, or maybe you went too slow. So it's a lot of learning. We're trying to get comfortable with our body so we know what it feels like to be under some stress without going too hard. It's very common that people ask you to go, for example, run a mile, and we take off way too fast and crash and burn. Working through 5 sets at a sustained pace, we're trying to teach ourselves how to not do that. We're also improving our overall work capacity so that you can continue to add more time under tension and be able to sustain and keep working without injury, therefore maintaining good posture and mechanics. So today's going to be 5 rounds at a sustained pace of a 400-meter row or a 400-meter run, 20 dumbbell walking lunges, 15 burpees. So if we're rowing or potentially using a bike or skier or running, we're looking for about 400 meters, which is also the equivalent to about roughly 20 calories. Next, we're gonna go through 20 dumbbell walking lunges. If you have a set of dumbbells or kettlebells, we're gonna hold them here at our side and count for 1, 2, it'll be 20 reps or 20 steps total in a suitcase carry position. If you don't have any weights or lunges are already challenging for you, forego the weight and just walk through the lunge. And make sure when we're going through the lunge that on each rep we're kissing our knee all the way to the ground. So we're exercising full range of motion, knee stacks over the heel, and we drive up and forward, okay? We wanna make sure that we're not this close or that we're reached way out too far, therefore rounding the back and shoving off forward. We wanna be here, drive straight up, activating the glutes and hamstrings to come up. Next, we're gonna work through 15 burpees. All that we need to focus on here is getting totally flat, getting all the way up. So this might look really athletic, open at the top, or you might actually come down, get flat, crawl back up. At the top, we're looking to open our hips all the way up and bring your feet off the ground, even if it's only a teeny bit. Get those feet off the ground. 5 rounds, we're looking to be right around 4 minutes per round. So the ways we modify this is, 1, obviously we're gonna row and lunge and burpee at different tempos. We wanna adjust your burpees, row, and lunges so that you're roughly 2 minutes on the rower or running or bike, roughly 1 minute for lunges, roughly 1 minute for burpees. If you find yourself falling drastically outside of those ranges, we wanna modify the reps and probably shorten them to ensure that we not only keep the same pace, but that pace is around 4 minutes per round, all right? Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope you have a great workout, and thank you. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay human.